Hey guys, this is Quinn. Um, PTSD while black. June is National PTSD Awareness Month. I haven't been vlogging for a while because I still have issues with concussion. It's kind of made things different. But I realize since it is National PTSD Awareness Month, and because I really had a bad PTSD episode today, that it might be beneficial for me to try to vlog as much as I can during the month of June. I was doing really well as far as the concussion goes up until maybe, I don't know, a couple weeks ago or something. What what I'm finding is I might have to practice speaking with my eyes closed so I can say what I'm thinking, but what I've found is PMS is a hell of a thing with with this concussion. Um, my symptoms beyond the general irritability and being bloated and cramps are now lack of sleep, um, migraines, and it kind of feels like there's swelling in my head and in my jaw. Um, and since the concussion, my cycle's been very irregular, so I don't know when I'm going to have a really bad um, period. So that's what's happening right now. So I know I'm more likely to be overly emotional, um, just because periods in the past, before the car accident, before the concussion, periods are a bitch, just being irritable and crap. But now it's like woo, it's like this really wild mixed bag of what the fuck is going on. um, from the car accident, my symptoms were like just having more pain in the spine. And I guess because blood is flowing everywhere, that wherever it's really needed at the most is where it's hurting. So the injury from the concussion is still hurting. And mind you, the concussion was back in November of 2016. I can't count right now. How many months is that? 6, 7 months now? Um, so that's the thing. Back to the whole explosion today. Um, it's like I'd love to think that I'm out of the woods with regards to PTSD, but I accept that it's part of my reality right now. I have compounded post-traumatic stress disorder. Was diagnosed by a therapist like after the car accident because I developed a fear of driving. Um, and I was having to drive us everywhere at the time because it was my husband's car that was totaled or what have you, and I don't trust him in my car. Now I have to, but um, I didn't trust him in my car at the time because I was traumatized. Um, so with the compounded post-traumatic stress disorder, she explained to me how I had experiences that were traumatic in my life before the car accident, which were already difficult for me. But it was the, the first real PTSD symptoms started after the fire at our apartment in 2014, and then we had a car accident in July of 2015. So those were two big traumatic things that happened very close to home that threatened my safety, and so that's kind of what jarred all of the all of the triggers and stuff. Um, so I forgot what I was saying. So yeah. Um, so anything that's triggering now, I've started having triggers around things that have happened since the car accident, since the fire. Um, and so it's challenging. I mean, it was understandable that the subject of sexual assault would be triggering because that's from the past. Um, and the fire and everything, but also around 2014, 2015, that's when everything was happening in Ferguson. And especially for me, Tamir Rice's death was very traumatizing because it was just such a small child. So, with the subjects of police brutality, I was developing, and racism, I developed trauma around these things too. So, I'm constantly getting triggered in this day and age. So, um, yeah, those are like my big triggers. But now what's really got me to do this video is that I've developed a trigger over um, working, over um, my balloon art, um, because before the accident, I had no complaints about my scars. But just before the concussion, I had done a show because I was starting to feel a little better in my spine, and I could endure doing like an hour and hour to 2 hours of balloons, maybe once or twice a month. I can do it. Um, and a lady complained about my scars to my father-in-law, and mind you, I wear sleeves up to here. So and in the summer I don't wear long sleeves. In the winter I'll wear long sleeves, but in the summer I'll wear 3/4 sleeves or what have you. And so this happened just before the concussion, and I learned of the complaint after the concussion. And um, recently, um, my father-in-law brought up the subject again, and I was, boom, triggered by it. And so why I'm making this video now is because I had a nightmare today when um, I was approached or offered to do another gig. Um, and I had a nightmare about not being approved by the client, that no matter how kind or polite or creative I was, that I would be rejected, not wanted, but or expected to work for less than what my creative ability was, or make less than what my creative ability was. And so I realized that I'm becoming terrified of doing my art. And that's what I was hoping to rehabilitate, to be able to do and make some kind of um, uh, living wage, because right now I don't have any disability payments coming in because I can't be seen by a doctor. And so that's really worrisome for me, because I don't want to be afraid of being expressive. I don't want to be afraid of being creative for the fear of not having the um, approval of someone. It's like, since this freaking car accident and concussion, I am not the same person that I I was, and it pisses me off because I'm still trying to learn what the hell's going on. So I'm deciding to take up videoing again, just to process things out for myself because I can't just keep it all in. And um, until I can get seen by a doctor, this is a great way to fill up the month of June. Uh, until I can get a doctor or a therapist appointment. The therapist can't see me till July 28th, the doctor till July 31st. So, and I'm still going to have to deal with the car insurance companies and all that stuff. So this would be a great outlet for me because I, I'm being very triggered by having to try to resolve all the claims from the car accident and still to try to hold hold on to what joy to try to hold on to what joy I have. So this is an outlet for now. So praying to accept what is. But I do want to recapture my joy. Oh, God. Till next time. Peace.